Hello, gorgeous. Today we're going to look at first date etiquette, assess some situations, potentially how to fix them, and prevent any awkward situations in future.
A lot of you ladies ask me how it is that I get gifts on the second date, and it's very simple. First of all, you must enjoy the first date. You have to determine whether or not you want to go on the second date with them. When they ask you for a second date, a lot of guys will try to close it on the first one if they're smart, and you can do this. This is how I do it. I've had so much fun with you. This was really great. Thank you for treating me. It was very sweet. I love this restaurant. And I will go on a second date with you. However, I do expect a gift. I want to see how creative you get. I want to see you work for it. So you can get me anything you want. I don't care what it is. Well, I do, because I'm gonna judge. You need to impress me. But you can't get me flowers because I already get flowers for myself, and I also don't want you taking on the responsibility of getting the right flowers because I have a cat. So let's see how you do. And I'll like kind of lean back and I'll take a look at them and I'll be like, and they're like, they'll usually ask, okay, like what type of gift? And I'll be like, I don't know, I'd go home if you didn't go big. So you want my attention, don't you? And they're like, they'll melt, okay? Like, you're not telling them, you're telling them, but you're like seducing them, okay? And you gotta like use your eyes. You gotta just like siren it, okay? Like, yeah, that's how I do it.
This is really cringy. The way she talks reminds me of, I think, in the first season of S in the City, where Samantha meets a gentleman who wants to be tied up in the basement or in a closet. That's exactly how she talks. Her diction, her syntax. I was having a hard time getting past that. If you want to check out more elocutions and how to speak elegantly, articulately, and get people to understand you right away, communicating well in general, check out this whole chapter I have on elocutions. I'll have some videos linked below. You can also learn more on dixonetiquette.com. The point she is making is she wants stuff on a first date. You shouldn't ask for anything. It depends on what kind of date. There are websites for that. If you are looking for a daddy of that sort, that's some arrangement that people do. There's a lot of it in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills. We even have a game called Wife or Daughter. If you know, comment below. Give this a like. If you're looking for things at the end of a relationship or during a relationship, you're going to end up with a lot of things. When you're looking for love, you will most likely find love. Looking for a partner, you want them to enjoy their time too, so that you enjoy your time, and it's typically mutual. You don't push them or manipulate them into a situation. A man will invest everything in you when he's already falling in love with you. So you don't have to ask. Live life together and don't expect anything, because you can buy these things yourself, as you said, especially flowers. I think that it's important to note that you can buy yourself flowers. It's not the same as receiving flowers. She wants them to get creative, but they don't know you yet. They don't know what you like. It's gonna be easier for you to judge them negatively if you don't know them. They don't know you. I know someone, a wonderful gentleman, would get me something that he already knew I liked or needed or wanted. That was a great gift because it was definitely guaranteed use or enjoyment. I think it's really weird to ask for anything on a first date. This is the time you get to know each other, to break the ice and put each other in different scenarios so that you can see how they are in public, in the daytime, how they treat strangers, people who serve them, how they tip, or even bump into friends that they might see around the town when they are with you, or how they introduce you. There are so many other steps first that make you like a person before gifts. It's so transactional. My friend was discussing this, living in Miami, that's how it feels. They're gonna dump you for bigger and better because they know that they're out there, someone who's giving bigger gifts, but they're also less likely to get to know you and actually care for you. If you want that thing, go ahead, as long as you are mutual about it. Men who can afford these kinds of things, who want to spoil you in this way, they don't mind. Also, they don't want to feel used, pushed, or coerced into the situation. They want to give it because they feel like it, not because they feel obliged to. It goes for absolutely everyone, not just men, not just people on dates. I personally don't condone being a gold digger, because dating is genuinely for love. You want to eventually have a family with this person, I hope. For me, it's I want to look at my kids and see their father. I want to be absolutely in love with them because they remind me of the person I love. It's not about, I like your father because he buys me things. That's weird. It doesn't last very long because things depreciate. The value of items over time in our mind, even if they're amazing quality, if they're were worth a lot, they lose value simply because they're not new and they're not attractive anymore. They have to constantly keep buying you new things for the spark to keep on living. What do you think about this attitude in the comments below? I know my ladies who love to date men who do well, they feel like they should be provided for. I'm not against that. But to ask for it in such a claws in your skin manner makes me very uncomfortable. This pushes men into wanting to do something for you, not coming from a place of love or a place of appreciation for you, but in an uncomfortable, nasty way. I would feel really gross if someone asked me this on a first date, which they have. They have their own version of not necessarily asking for material things, but they'll ask for too much and cross a line. It doesn't work for me. You don't have to be smiley and sweet about it. You also don't have to be rude and curt. You can be kind and say, that's not going to work for me. There's nothing complicated about it. Just state your feelings as kindly as possible. You don't make them feel uncomfortable. The platinum rule is treat others as they wish to be treated, not as you wish to be treated. If you give a gift, it comes from the heart. It's not because someone asked. It's because they want to do it. They would do it anyway. It's not something that's demanded. It was lovely, and then just not talk to them again. I won't burn the bridge. I won't block them. This is not a situation I would want to be around or get myself into personally. There are people out there who expect nice things, who teach you how to kind of manipulate and massage men into giving you what you want. Some guys, that is their love language. They show you love by showering you with the world. I definitely know that a part of me is like that. When I love someone, I want to make sure that their life is easy, their life is nice. When I love myself, I buy something nice for myself too. It's a second date too. It's not like you're 6 months or a year dating. This woman is entitled to receiving certain things by a certain time. It's a little bit weird to give out homework on a first date.
I'm sorry, but if a guy picks me up in certain cars for a date, I'm just not going. Like, I'm just not going. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't tell me if someone pulls up in this. Hold on, put it on the screen. Hold on. This Prius, you're, no, I'd rather not go on the date. I'm sorry. I already know the type of person you are. Like, I can tell by the car you drive what kind of person you're going to be. Wait, I'll show you another. And this is for the boys, too. If y'all drive these cars, you need to reevaluate yourself. Because, anyways, let me show you another car. The only person that should drive this is my 90-year-old grandpa. That's the only person. Okay, hold on, one more. Be for real. Also, this picture makes me laugh. But, like,
Me too.
why'd you get that?
This was really painful. I'm going to share you a very interesting story. I know someone who went on a date with a gentleman who had this really old blue little car, and he asked her out on a date. He picked her up, came to her house, had this blue car. I think it was a beater. It had rust on it, falling apart. It looked like it came from a junkyard. The gentleman asked the lady, what do you think about my car? When he picked her up, and she said, it's my favorite color. I love the color blue. They had a good time. And on the second date, he showed up in a fabulous sports car. This is a true story. He said, a lot of girls will like me for all the wrong reasons and I don't find myself attracted to them. They also end up being very superficial when I show up with this car on the first date. I have this litmus test of getting to know someone and their character by bringing, I think it was their friend's car that they borrowed. She ended up marrying someone else. But I thought this was a great way to get to know someone, because on a first date, you're not after someone's stuff. It's attractive, it's fun, it's glamorous, but also remember that Larry David was worth, what, $800 million? And he was riding around in a Prius. In Curb Your Enthusiasm, he worked at a Toyota car dealership. He was selling, it's Latin, so you can say prii, plural. I also knew someone who was a platinum record producer multiple times over, and he had a Prius. I had a Prius for many years, and I actually inherited it from a very brilliant physicist who was doing very well working in computers. The only thing was it wasn't as smooth as I would like, where my next car was quite smooth, but I love that Prius to death. Easy to park in the city. The mileage was incredible. I really don't care about someone's cars, but I will judge if you do have a Honda Ridgeline, because that is literally just a lifted Honda with a flatbed back. If you've seen Whistling Diesel, he destroys a Honda Ridgeline. Is it called a Ridgeline or a Ridgeback? It's not a very sturdy truck. I'm not a fan of the Jeep flatbeds. I'm not sure what they're called. I like the Jeep the way it is. It's already fabulous. I'm from California, so Jeeps are everywhere. I am not a fan of this Jeep truck situation. You can just get a proper truck that is more fit for truck activities. I get it if the car is absolutely falling apart. Here also in Los Angeles, I meet a lot of people who are stealth wealth who will drive a Toyota, but they will have a multi-million-dollar mansion. Their Toyota is not their only car, but it's their commuter because it saves a lot of gas. There's a lot of driving they do because you sit an hour in traffic. It really doesn't matter to me what your car is, as long as it's clean. It's free to be clean. You can be rich, you can be poor, and you can always have a clean car as long as you know how to drive well. That is something that has actually turns me on or off on a date, when a guy is not aggressive when driving, because I'm aggressive when I drive. I'm from LA. If you're afraid of driving, it's emasculating. There are cars out there that might be emasculating. I won't write you off completely for it. In my mind, I won't tell you, but I'll still want to get to know the person, because you don't know why they have that car. They could have their car being fixed and this is a loaner. They could be driving someone else's car because their cousin is out of town and they want to make sure that the tires don't go flat and the battery stays on. You don't know what the situation is. There's a lot that could go on that you just don't know about. You can't criticize someone negatively for. If you know that it's not your dream car, but it's the car that gets you from A to B, that gets you to your dreams, that's perfectly fine with me. I know a lot of people who are doing very well, who have way nicer apartments than me and have everything they want. My girlfriend, she has a really nice place, a fabulous family, designer clothes, everything, and she drives around in a Honda Civic. So don't judge someone for their car. A lot of people don't care about their car. She will drive her car around and take it to the valet, tip like a Rockefeller. It's not about the car, it's about the person driving it. And if the car is taken care of. Because you can have a nice car that's a bit older. I've seen people with a Mercedes, but they don't take care of it. Scratches, a windshield cracked, dents. They're not built like Volvos, they're not like tanks, and they look really bad when they're destroyed. It's tough to maintain, and if a person can't maintain a nice car, I think that's worse than having a good car that they can take care of.
No.
Really?
No, why would I come to your place? This is our first day.
We're gonna like watch a movie or something. You got Netflix?
Yes, I have Netflix, but like, no, I'm not coming over.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Alright. That's literally the thing, like, when we just expect you to just. Alright. Like, we'll come back to my place. We're just gonna watch a movie and then I'll drop you back.
I'm not comfortable watching a movie with you. It's our first date.
What the
I don't.
Bro, we've been talking for hella long. We've been texting.
But like, I don't do that. Off the first date? Off the first date? You want me to cash app you?
Yeah.
For this little $15 meal?
It was more than 15.
It was $15 for my food.
So you're not gonna cash app me? Alright, bro.
I guess I will. What? What?
Chillin', bro. I'm blocking you.
Whoa. Okay. There's a lot to digest from that. First, oh my goodness. First off, if a lady says no, you got her $15 food. I knew this girl who went on a date with a guy. She thought that she could see something with him because he was very stable. He seemed like a good guy. It sounded like a really good date. He took her everywhere, all around the town. Then he bought her chili fries. She did have a fun time with him going back to his place. The next day, she kind of had clarity. She realized, I'm not really feeling it. This is not the person I want. She still kind of had feelings for her ex and different life factors. He held it against her, said, well, you were with me for some chips, some chili fries. You gave it away for some chili fries, and he shamed her for that. She rejected him and she was very kind about it, but there's never a right time to say goodbye, as Chris Brown said. There's never a right time to break up with someone. They can be in the best mood all day, but they feel hurt. Even if they don't like you, they'll take it very personal. This guy buys her a $15 meal. They're eating out of styrofoam. Nothing wrong with that. The music is fabulous. Looks like Latin food. It actually sounds like a really fun time. It's funny because my sweetheart is actually the one who wants to spend $300 on dinner, where I'm more of the one who wants to go to a hole in the wall. It's relaxed. Where I also handle a multi-course meal, as I've shown you in my fine dining masterclass. Even on the white tablecloths and fresh flowers, You should not expect anything. You're just getting to know each other. Why do you want to share your body with someone whom you do not know? Secondly, to curse at her for it. Third, you're pressing her. Fourth, you're pressing her some more and saying, what, do you have Netflix? That makes me want to have the earth open up a hole and swallow me into the ground. I just got Netflix. I didn't have Netflix for a while, but I just got it because my friends were talking about a show and I have to catch up with them. I didn't have Netflix because I wanted to read some more. Even if I did not have Netflix and he asked me that, I would say, I don't like Netflix. And then asking me to cash app him. He said, I'm gonna pay for your meal and you're gonna come home with me. We'll watch a movie and I'm gonna put moves on you in my intimate space, take you out of your comfort zone into my comfort zone. You're trapped there so that I can touch you up and try to put the moves on you and try to tempt you into being in your most vulnerable situation because I paid for your $15 styrofoam plate. I don't feel attracted to this situation at all. He needs to want to fix himself for this to change. Ladies, run away from these people. People who will say, okay, I'm going to block you. You're not going to cash at me. I just paid for you. Literally asking for the P word for a proxy. You don't want someone who's transactional like this. You just give it because you just give love because you want to spend time with that person. It's $15. Unless if you cannot afford a $15 extra plate for someone, you cannot afford to go on dates. You don't have a lot of money. That's perfectly fine. Eat ramen together, but let them know in advance. If you can't afford to take them out, don't take them out. If you can't afford for a certain place, go get coffee, go get boba, a smoothie. That makes more sense. And also, you're not in the state to afford for someone's very simple meal. I live in Los Angeles. $15 will get you a sandwich, acrylic cups and styrofoam. I don't even think that's EWG certified. This is very painful. I think she handled this very well, where she was being a lady about it. She was being polite and playful. If a man asks you to go to a second location, and it's not necessarily Netflix and chilling, you want to, say yes. If he wants to go to a second location and you don't want to, say next time, let's go somewhere more along these lines of XYZ. You can prolong the situation and say, I want to get to know you a little bit more. How he handles it is up to him. If he's a gentleman, he'll say, of course, of course. A gentleman doesn't feel the need to pay for that, to pay for a woman's vulnerability for $15. If she was a lady of the night, I doubt she would be charging $15. I don't know what's more insulting. Which part? The fact that it was $15? He's cursing at her. The fact that he's expecting it, this entitlement. And then when you see his expression, you can see he's so twisted up about it. He's so sour. He's really pushing her to be uncomfortable. He said, you should block. Probably best for both of us. If a man reacts this way, run for the hills, please. If he had a good character and said, let's go somewhere else, or hey, how about let's go get dessert at this one place, I think you're gonna love it, if you still have some room left, or if you want to go for a walk because we ate so much somewhere fabulous. In Los Angeles, you can just walk down Melrose and see all the shops, get the coffee. This could have gone in so many directions where he had many chances to salvage it. Every dig, it just got worse and worse. Gentlemen, the same goes for you. Any woman who makes you feel used or like this is a transaction and not I'm just giving because it's coming from my heart, or a type of love or type of energy. You can feel their positive feedback without having to mention about money, making them uncomfortable, pushing them. If you feel like a woman is with you because of what you have and not because she wants to get to know you, there are people who appreciate that. There are women who are going to jump over men who have less because they want someone who's at this point, but you want to be loved for you at the end of the day. And it feels better when that person is there for you because you can walk away and you know they will miss you and not your car.
One more bad date. I'm gonna shit my pants. I went on a first date from Hinge. Let's call him Bob. I should have known that Bob was a red flag when he first asked me if we can meet at Central Park. It is literally 20 degrees outside. So I tell him like, I think it's gonna be too cold. Let's do something else. So he suggests meeting at a cafe instead. And I'm like, okay. We meet up in K-Town and he's like, Jenny? So I'm like, oh, Bob, how are you? And as he's sitting down, he was like, oh, I'm doing good. I went to like a really big party over the weekend. It was really crazy. And I'm like, okay. And the worst part is he was sitting like that throughout the entire date. Like this. We're looking at the menu and then I ask him, oh, what you gonna order? And then he's like, oh, I'm actually not gonna get anything because I don't drink that much tea, but I'll pay for you since it's not that much. I'm like, you're the one that chose this place? And then the waitress comes around and he tells her the exact same thing. He tells the waitress, oh, I'm actually not gonna get anything for now, but I'll pay for her. And as he said that, the waitress kind of laughed and then like gave me a look. He was like, okay. I was so embarrassed. Like, you want a trophy or something? Or like, what? And then my tea comes around and we're sharing my tea. And he's clanking the teacup so loud on the tea plate every single time. And I swear, this guy has like the loudest voice in the cafe. And he's swearing too. I'm so tired of being the single friend that is the tea supplier. Like, hello universe, hello?
By what I am hearing about this man, he sounds North American. Don't get me wrong, I am very proud of being North American. I was born here, currently residing here. I love American culture, but there is something very strong that carries throughout other cultures. And I'm also a third culture kid. My sweetheart is also from another culture where we're both from louder cultures. And that's perfectly admissible in court. You can say that, and it's a lovable thing. But when you're cursing and it's loud, it's a little bit different. If you're making people laugh and you're having a good time, that's not bad. If you're being really loud and someone is noticing, for example, I was queuing at a tourist attraction in Italy. There were American, what seemed like frat boys behind me. They were so loud. We were in a tunnel and everyone was looking at them. It was to the point that our eardrums popped. I'm not exaggerating. I love my Americans, but sometimes we are very loud people. I'm not loud. As a matter of fact, I get told, can you please speak up because I'm a low talker, as they say in Seinfeld. But I turned around and I looked at them because I was so shocked at the fact that my ears were popped. Normally, if there's a lot of commotion going on and someone's loud, I don't turn around because it's none of my business, first off. As long as nobody needs help, there's no emergency. You don't bring negative attention. And usually people look when something is bad and they want to passive aggressively tell them to keep it down. But there were other Americans there who even told them to keep it down. There is a time and place, not in a queue where everything echoes. This situation is rough because cursing is not good in general. You don't get to say the things as accurately as you want. When you speak specifically, you communicate a lot better because people understand you right away. There are multiple problems with this because she's also from a culture where it's very conservative. It's turtlenecks, it's much more covered up. You have to take this from an East Asian perspective. Flirting is something that's not very done out in the open. I've seen so many TikToks on romance reality TV shows in the Western countries versus in East Asia, where a girl in the Western country is in a bikini giving him a lap dance, or in East Asia, it's very much, oh my gosh, he looked at me and he almost held my hand. And it's really flirtatious for them. So it's a different culture you have to come into play, especially you're in Koreatown. So you have to add that into consideration. And on top of that, banging the teacup really loud. This is something that is learned. In finishing school, they beat it out of you. DixonEtiquette.com. It's dirt cheap right now. The prices are going to skyrocket. Not skyrocket, but they're going to go up soon, adding in a lot of things that are very important. Emotional intelligence does not come across as easily to some people. Self-awareness is very important, especially in East Asian cultures. If you are on the train, there are signs that say to be quiet. People will look at you. People teach their children to not make any noise because of the inconsideration of others. You will see women trying to quiet down their children in Japan, or they don't have to because they've taught them out in public, you're considerate of others. You don't give them a headache, you don't make noise, you don't bring negative attention to yourself. When it comes to etiquette, I believe that we should take this in the Western world into practice. Someone could be studying, they're at a cafe, they're at a tea place, or they're just not in the mood and they don't want to hear your entire conversation, your past dating history. There are quite a list of East Asian practices I bring into my etiquette because this is something valuable and actually perpetuated across the most formal Western etiquette, where if we think ahead about being quiet, about respecting other people's time and their experiences in wherever it is you're visiting, that is something to take to heart. A lot of people are very narcissistic, making things about themselves and individuality. I'm here and it's all about me. No, you're stepping out into the world and have to be a courteous person. It's not just about you being on a date at this entire tea place. The world does not bend for you. You have to adjust to it, and it's a delicate balance. A gentleman is a quiet gentleman. It sounded like he was bringing you to somewhere that you appreciated. I think it's weird that he didn't order anything. Perhaps he wasn't feeling the place. He could have gotten something small, a pastry, taken a rip of one bit of it and then given it to you. If one person is eating, get something too for yourself, take a bite from it, or have it for later. When I get something and I'm out with my girlfriends and I can see that she wants to order something, we choose a place together, so we normally would eat. This is not a hard rule. None of this is all about guidelines that you can read a room with. They're flexible. Protocol is often confused with etiquette, where they say, no, you need to do step 1, step 2, step 3. These are hard rules. You can't do anything else. No, you see how the other person is feeling or how the host is feeling. They set the precedent.
Rule number 1 when asking someone out on a date: if you ask a person to come with you somewhere, to meet you there, or to pick them up, you pay. If the lady were to invite the man somewhere, she would be hosting him. A good host would invite the person to a place that is closer where the guest lives, and or somewhere they know that they are going to be interested in.
I don't know why he chose this place. If I was hosting someone, my girlfriends, not particularly on a date, I would still order something and take one bite out of it and share it with them. Or I'll ask them, hey, do you want to get something? For example, they can't decide on this or this in the menu. I'll get the other thing. If they like it, they can have it. So I'm not that hungry. It's a pastry, it's a tea. It's something you can share or take home later, or take home to your dog or your friend. It's a good way to connect with someone and find out what their tastes are on the date. Also, it's weird that he said to the waitress that I'm going to pay for her. He could have just ordered and said, may we please have XYZ? That's it. The waitress could feel the awkwardness. To take out any awkwardness, don't say, I'm going to pay for this person. Just pay. Action is louder than the words. The lady can offer. I feel like women should offer in this day and age, even if you know the man is the type of man to pay, who will fight you to give his Amex or cash. Don't insist. If he says no the first time, say, okay, I'll get it next time. They will take care of it, but don't expect it. Don't mention it. This is just something that you do. It's quiet, subtle. That's actually why men have their monogram on their shirts on the bottom as opposed to up here, so that when a man opens his jacket to pay, you see who's paying. That's actually the history of that. When men point things out, that is the epitome of awkwardness. A lot of North American men do this. A lot of Western men do this. They're very literal. It's a checklist of things I need to do. I'm going to pay for her. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to do this. It doesn't feel natural. You want things to be natural. That way you can feel her energy more and make the date about getting to know each other, as opposed to checking off a list of steps that make you appear as a gentleman. Same with ladies. Also, body language comportment 101 for gentlemen. You never lean back. It also depends on the situation of the date. So where you guys are, you're in a tea place, you're sitting face to face, you lean forward as if you're interested. Your body language is pointing towards them. You're listening to what they're saying. It's very important to present interested body language because it's a date. It's the one place where you can share your thoughts and get to know someone whom you would potentially spend the rest of your life with. That's perfectly okay to act interested, to not lay back like you're a king, wondering how they're going to entertain you today. It's quite arrogant. Body language will get you very far in life if you understand the psychology behind it. The fact that he says it's not that much, whether it's expensive, whether it's the cheapest thing in the world, don't say anything. Keep a stone face, don't talk about the money. Say, it looks delicious. If you do comment on it, say something positive. You don't have to say, I'll pay for you. You can say it in a different way and say, don't worry about it, I got you. Or get whatever you want, it's on me. There's a much more casual, friendly, attractive way of saying it. It's almost as bad as the $15 Cash App situation.
Why do you keep taking the sushi off my plate?
Relax. I'm not gonna pay for everything.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you could just take food off my plate. If you wanted that, you could have just ordered it. Or you could have even asked.
Yeah, but what the f***? Relax.
You couldn't just ask, though?
relax.
Like, you don't think that's rude?
I mean, I thought we would be sharing.
But, like, when was that communicated that we would be sharing?
We definitely communicated that.
When did we
did.
communicate that?
I mean, if it's sushi, I mean, it's just a public knowledge thing that like, you're just gonna share sushi.
It's a public knowledge thing that
Hell
sushi
yeah.
is shared?
I mean, yeah, like.
What?
Thinking out, I mean, at least from like, previous dates I've been on, like, we would share.
What?
I would share.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
don't
you
do
gotta
that?
communicate that.
You've
No.
never done that before? You don't share sushi?
No, I'm not sharing food with somebody I just met. Like, that's
Well, bro, you
crazy.
can take some of mine.
I don't want to take some of yours. That's gross.
Mine
I
hits
don't.
harder than
Bro,
yours,
I don't. What?
Mine hits harder.
If yours hits harder, then
just
why
wanna
are you
try
taking
it.
mine?
Just wanted to try it. I
Okay,
don't know
but that's
what's
like the
big deal.
third roll that you've taken.
It's
from
not
me.
the third row.
That's like the third
It's
piece
not
of
the third
sushi
row.
you've taken from me.
Now you're stretching. It's not
I'm
the
not
third row.
stretching it.
You said it was the third row. You think it's the third row? All right,
The
fine.
third
Fuck it.
piece.
I don't
Like,
have to
what?
take any of your shit.
You're. Oh my god, bruh.
have
You're
to
not
take
getting
any
the
of
second date. I'm gonna just let you know that
That's
right
fine.
now. We can split the bill. I'm not
No,
doing this with
relax.
you.
Why are you like crashing out right now?
I'm not even crashing out, bro. You're crazy.
You're crashing on me over sushi. Big
Oh my gosh. Okay, first off, he's telling her to relax and she's not twisted up about it. She's not that bothered. She could have said elegantly, would you like to order some more? can we get another menu? Is it possible? It looks like you're still hungry. Instead of confronting him and then not giving him a second date, and smiled and been polite throughout the date, she chose to confront him. Props to her. I respect that quite a bit. She could have said it in a more gracious sounding way, but she was really having a problem with it. If you are really having a problem with someone, don't disregard your boundaries. This happened to me, interestingly. We were getting to know each other and it was going fabulously. Then he told me that he had a disease. I didn't know what to do about the situation because I've never dealt with this before. I think it's safe to be hygienic, especially on a first date. You never know if someone has something, whether you drink something, whether you eat something, use the same fork. Personally, I hate sharing. Unless you're my dad, even if you're my brother, I will punch you if you try to take from my plate. I won't punch you, but I will want to punch you. My brother has probably punched me for doing this. It's your food, just eat your food. If you want more, get a little bit first and then see if you like it, add to your plate later. He didn't ask. In Brazilian culture, you always give the first bite to someone else. Depending on your culture, I live here in the Western world and I focus on British and American etiquette, so Western etiquette. Predominantly British etiquette, the most formal. First off, hygiene, compassion. If you do want to share with someone, you would put it on a separate napkin or plate that is smaller, or put it on their plate directly if it makes sense to. I also find it very weird when people share dessert. Dessert, of all things, I've seen a family of 12 have one ice cream and everybody just had a nibble, which was crazy to me. I hate sharing, especially when it comes to food. I ordered this food specifically because I knew that I was going to finish it, or I have the intention of eating it or taking it home later, or even giving it to you if I did not finish it. So don't be in a rush to touch my food, because you ordered your food. If you did not order sufficiently, you learned your lesson for next time. Also, it's not common knowledge that people share sushi, and also sushi is known for the separation of flavors. That's literally why nothing is mixed in like French food and there's all this sauce on it. That came much later. There is actual protocol when it comes to sushi. I was at Matsuhisa in Beverly Hills with loved ones. The first thing they said is, don't touch other people's food. We were there at the bar, omakase, tried to touch someone else's food and the chef gave him the dirtiest look. The server was Japanese and she was super kind about it, obviously, because Japanese culture is immaculate when it comes to kindness and manners. She politely said something and said, don't touch other people's food, please. She said it with a smile. It was so warm. Don't touch other people's food. If you want more food, get more food. If you are paying, don't expect to eat someone else's food. I love to treat my girlfriends out all the time. I will tell them to order absolutely whatever they want. And if I'm treating someone out, I will also order more things too, so that they can have a bite of everything, take some home. You can tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, or I won't order that next time, or next time when you're feeling sick, I'll order it for you and have it delivered to your door. When you're hosting someone, more is more. You shouldn't be chintzy with food. It's the one thing that I will always be generous with. Those are the things that you should be generous, especially with a loved one. It's a first date. If she feels uncomfortable with it, say, oh, I'm so sorry. Would you like something else more on the menu, because I'm still feeling kind of hungry. This wasn't enough for me. He compared her to other dates. He said, oh, I've been on other dates and we do this and that's normal. Then date those other people, because you're here with me now and this is how I do things. If you don't like it, walk away. No one's holding you in a chokehold to be here. There's no need to make a big fuss over it. And he's saying, why are you freaking out? What did he say? Then he starts cursing at her. He wants to show that he's not in the wrong. He doesn't want to hold accountability and say, I'm sorry, I just really liked your food. I think I'm going to order another. Would you like some more? Here's the menu. Look at some more things. Let's have more for the table. Make sure you can take something home. She said, wow, you're not getting a second date. Props to her, because I would say nothing and just not see them again. You don't have to tell someone that. She said it in a way that is totally understandable. He's saying, why are you crashing out? I don't think she's crashing out at all. I think it's basic table manners. Personally, for me, I don't mind if they're a little bit messy. That doesn't bother me. If they're loud when they chew and they don't chew with their mouth closed, that bothers me a little bit. When they are sharing germs, being reckless about it like this, you don't know if she has some sort of autoimmune disease. You don't know if she's just turned off by this. Apparently, it's the third time. I am the same way. A lot of women are. We won't say things the first time. We will say things every 10 errors or every 5 errors. If he's gonna pay, then he should probably pay for more food for himself. I agree with what she said. I'm just gonna pay my part of the bill and get out of here. If it were me and I was that appalled, I would leave the food. Depending on my mood, depending on how angry I am, I would give the cash to the server to make sure that they have it in hand and he doesn't pocket it, cover myself and make sure to tip and then leave. He didn't have to necessarily apologize and make it sound like an apology, but you can graciously do an unspoken apology by saying, let me order you more food. Let me order you a plate to go. This is something I normally do with my family or my friends. I'm so used to it, I didn't even see that I was doing it. She'll forget about it, and if you guys end up having a good relationship, which obviously they're not having one, they could laugh about it in the future, but that's not the situation. I've seen this on the news. Every time I see this video, I want to die.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. Oh, okay.
Okay. So
yes, let's talk about it. About it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know.
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I don't know you.
I can respect that. I can respect that. Okay. When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
again. I don't know
there
yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made up.
There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well, look at my planner, where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late, and like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment, and that is not possible.
And that's why I'm saying, I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, you know, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice fancy restaurant as Aria, especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I would have been, but if we're late, I mean, I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot.
I mean,
and waiting for a reservation.
We can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, you know, the equivalent to that? I mean,
I
you
literally
don't understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong with
I will
that.
die. That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Listen, as I said, I have very specific certain expectations for that.
No.
I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other. So respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So you just want to call it a night? I mean,
Yeah.
Isn't there some kind of compromise or something? Ladies, can you believe this?
I'm sorry, y'all.
He just pulled
but
out of the parking space.
If I don't feel
Can you
respected,
see?
I
mean-
am not gonna go through with the rest of the day.
Well, I mean, you are serious. You're really leaving.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want this place anyway, right?
I mean, I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go home?
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them, and you've broken every one.
Oh
So
my God.
I'm sorry. We're dropping you off home.
All right, whatever. Well, I mean, I guess I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do. I understand where you're coming from.
Ouch. Okay, there were so many things to go over. He handled it very elegantly. I was dying of laughing when she was backtracking. But let's go back and dissect this. First off, she refused to get out of the car. She locked the doors. She did not communicate that she did not want a chain restaurant. She could have said in the very beginning when she was asked out by him, for example, he could ask something along the lines of, do you have a specific place in mind you like to get together and get to know each other? She could have said, what I like is more boutique places, more artisanal places, as opposed to chain restaurants, because I like to be healthy and make sure the ingredients are fresh. She could have angled it that way. It felt elitist, and I don't care if you are elitist, be yourself. But there's a way to frame it and say, this is my standard, this is what I prefer, I like this place a lot, this is a preference. Here are a list of places that I love to go to. And it doesn't necessarily have to be places that you frequent. They can be simply places you've been wanting to go to, an easygoing place, a bit more relaxed, or up to the standard that you want, where it's more upscale, it's closer to your expectations, as opposed to being surprised when you let the man take control. I understand and appreciate when a man does take control, especially on a first date, because then you see his masculinity, his level of attentiveness, things that he does for you, the way he thinks. A good host will try to appease your preferences. She likes to have a certain place or a certain type of date before getting to know her. The second part that bothers me about this is the filming. When you want to communicate to someone that you are not finding a certain situation favorable, tell them kindly, be real with them, be authentic. That's all you can do, because people can see right through you anyway. If you are that level of casual together, like I can tell my girlfriends that we can say, we're not having any dairy today. Cheesecake Factory is actually one of these places because they sous vide everything, apparently. A lot of restaurants do this. Not a lot of places have fresh food, especially if they are a chain, because that's how they make money. It's easier to supply the food that way. I think they do bake the cakes there. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below if I am incorrect. I personally love Cheesecake Factory because you can share everything with everyone. The portions are so big that you can literally feed a family on one plate. Even the dessert by itself. Cheesecake Factory is the one place I can share dessert and we can spend less. It's a little bit loud, so sometimes you have to lean into each other. There's loud music. It's a room that resonates with acoustics that carries people's voices. You have to talk like this, speak efficiently. It's not my place on a first date. It's a place I would go to family, or if I've already been dating the person and say, let's go to Cheesecake Factory, because it's my feel-good, guilty pleasure place where I can order a giant piece of chicken and a giant piece of cake and feel full for the rest of the week. This is not a place I would go on a first date because I would feel so bloated. I want to stay awake during our conversation and us getting to know each other. I do love the idea of how casual it is. Their menu is like a Bible. You can go through everything with the person and make jokes. The service is usually pretty good. Recently, I found out it originated in Beverly Hills. Another thing that really bothers me is the recording, because she is posting it online. She's not telling the story retrospectively. She's actively in the situation and recording this guy without his permission. If someone locked my own car door, I would be very upset. If I'm really hungry, I would say get out of the car. But being diplomatic, if this was a first date and they locked me out of my own car door while I was trying to help them out of the car and take them out on a first date, if I was the man, I would be very upset, very turned off, feeling used because my kindness is not appreciated. And the fact that I think Cheesecake Factory is pretty darn good. It's not cheap either. I feel like I'm screaming when I say this because I'm getting a bit passionate about this. She makes so many expressions of disapproval. She's rolling her eyes at him in the situation because she's so appalled that she was taken on a date to get food. It's a dining date too. Not a lot of people are doing this, and it sounds like he has a nice car by the way that it turns on and by the Oculus on the top of the car. I think it might be a Tesla or some EV, a nicer SUV, it looks like. Also, saying I get courted in front of a man is making him feel not special, which is the whole purpose of dating, is not mentioning other people. It's just you two. You're making him feel like he has to compete. You don't want to put a challenge in front of him in this sense. You don't want to make someone feel like they're not good enough compared to this other situation. If he loves you, he will give you the world and more. He will give you everything. If he feels your energy in his matches, you don't have to mention to people that you're courted. Pretend like you don't have any exes. I am very much in the camp of don't talk about your exes unless you were asked. And when you were asked, you mentioned they're a good person, but it just didn't work out. If they pry and pry and pry, don't give them details. They'll think in their head, oh, I'm not good enough. I have to make sure I do more of this because they were lacking this previous relationship with this. No, you don't want to put that in their head. You want a clean slate to start fresh. Also, if he was 6'2", and who knows, he could be 6 foot tall. If he has six-pack abs underneath his shirt, huge arms, huge shoulders that he has to turn sideways when he goes through the door, this situation looks like she's simply not attracted to him in the first place, because he's mentioning how she doesn't act like a lady where her arm is around his on the first date when they're walking. She says it's too early for that. There are multiple moving factors that I can see coming into play. Women, when they are attracted to someone, even men, they cannot keep their hands off you. They will find every excuse, especially women, to look at all the details of your eyelashes, to smell you up close, pretend to hit you, and oh my gosh, you're so funny. They will find reasons and excuses to touch you. So she's not attracted to him. She didn't walk arm in arm with him, which you don't have to. Her rebuttal to that is it's too early, which I totally feel. A lot of women are not going to give up their body for someone, especially on a first date. I wholeheartedly agree with sometimes it's too early to be arm in arm with someone. You want to keep a distance. I even have a girlfriend who says on the first date, turtlenecks. Don't show any skin. Show up on a Sunday before Monday. Make sure it's not at 8 o'clock, hard out at 8 o'clock because you have things to do the next day. Your time is valuable. 6 p.m. the latest on a date, you have to go to work the next morning. You have an excuse, you have an out, you set yourself up for safety in case things go awry. I think she's right to set a boundary. I still need to get to know you. And he's saying it's too early for spending this much on you, to taking this level of a place because I don't know you, which is fair. Someone once asked me on a coffee date. I found out he was the owner of the entire chain of this coffee place. Don't knock coffee dates, ladies. When people judge someone by the business or the place that they're going to, I think this is really weird. They're sharing their taste, and some people have guilty pleasures. Like I knew this, for instance, I knew someone who was very polished and put together, but he loved Domino's pizza chocolate cakes. I don't know why, but he would always talk about it. He has an Amex Black card. It sounds like you're dropping pots and pans when you put it on the table. He dresses impeccably. He summers in Asia, and then he likes the junkiest of junk food, sometimes once a year. You never know if he's using that time to have fun with you and just let loose. You can't judge someone hardcore for this. I want to know your theories in the comments below. I heard this theory from a gentleman that it actually makes more sense to spend more money on a woman the longer you you're with her. So say, for example, first date is a coffee date. As you progress in the relationship, he'll take you to nicer and nicer places. He will take you to a restaurant, then he'll take you to a really nice place, a nice restaurant, then he'll take you shopping eventually. If you're married, he'll buy you a gorgeous ring or two. And then when you're married, you have an anniversary ring with even more diamonds. And he takes you to this trip, to this luxurious place. You have his children. He pays for your children's school and all of their clubs. Men have a valid point when they say, as I get to know you, as this relationship progresses, so will my spending on you, so will our experiences together. Because also, as you get older, your resources accumulate, which is not difficult to do because time is your friend. In this situation of also getting to know each other in a relationship, it is fair to say, I don't have to take you to a really nice place yet because I'm still getting to know you. I'm here to get to know you, not just to take you out to a really nice place. The fact that he took you to a restaurant versus, hey, you want to go for a walk? You want to go do something free? You want to go to this free museum? You want to walk around the mall? It's a bit reckless to play with someone else's resources like that and not consider them when they might be uncomfortable because they don't even like you yet. And I think he was right to turn her away and say, I'm not feeling it anymore. They also were so viral. I think she took this down off of her TikTok. They went on the news and were interviewed about the situation, and she actually was very humble and very embarrassed and felt ashamed and apologized to him. And he, like the golden star that he is, was a perfect gentleman. He said, if I like a girl, I'm going to take her on a date. She's lovely. He looks smashing himself. He looks very clean cut. She was also late. He was very gracious and he was a perfect gentleman about it. She was very much a lady about it. I'm pretty sure she got a lot of hate. A lot of people just automatically wanted to hate her. But I think this was a really good lesson in how to communicate when you're on a first date, how to communicate beforehand on a date, how to prevent an awkward situation and not to record yourself and post it. This guy was a champion about it. You could see her backtracking and realizing, no, I wanted to go out with you. As humans, we always want to fix everything. We want to go back in time and would do some things differently to make sure that there's a more positive outcome. However, that's not how it ended up. He lost the feeling. I'm pretty sure he was turned off, as she was in the very beginning. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments of how you would handle the situations differently. Subscribe, click the bell, tell all your friends, watch this several thousand times. Visit DixonEtiquette.com for more etiquette as I am updating the course and I'm gonna have prices go up because we're adding a lot of lessons and fabulous things. There are multiple things in the works as well, so sign up to my newsletter at stylebygia.com. There are tons of free etiquette resources in YouTube videos, playlists, link below. Dating etiquette, social etiquette, lifestyle etiquette, all of the above, along with blogs. If you don't know what to do, revert to kindness. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you later.
Visitez le site web stylebygia.com et inscrivez-vous pour recevoir gratuitement des idées de tenues vestimentaires chaque semaine et des guides de soins personnels. Suivez-la sur son compte Instagram, la Gia Garcia, pour des nouveautés quotidiennes et lisez son blog, lagiagarcia.com pour une exploration profonde. Merci.